Welcome to video 2, Norms around leisure. What about norms and stigmas around leisure? Do you think that leisure is a happy experience where we are always free from constraining norms? Let's think about that for a second. How many times did you feel like you were being lazy when you were enjoying recreation activities? Does part of you feel that you have to be constantly busy and your schedulers should be full every day and every week? If any of this applies to you, once again, you're not alone. We live in a society where work and productivity are highly valued. In a capitalistic societies, one's wealth and work are often associated with their worth. In this system, leisure is often considered to be a waste of time or at best as a way to recover from work and become productive again. At a university, we often praise students who have a strong work ethic. But a strong work ethic can also prevent students from valuing, participating in, and enjoying their leisure, especially when students do not have positive leisure attitudes. Indeed, research shows that university students undervalue leisure due to academic and other life pressures. As we discussed in Module 2, researchers have documented various barriers in our leisure life. A number of leisure barriers are categorized into 3 groups: intrapersonal, interpersonal, and structural. Because we discussed structural barriers such as lack of time and lack of money in Module 2, and they're less relevant to social norms, we will focus on intrapersonal and interpersonal barriers here. Intrapersonal barriers are psychological and personal factors, such as negative attitudes and perceived appropriateness, that directly undermine our leisure preferences. That is, often intrapersonal barriers makes us even not want to do certain recreation activities. Therefore, they're considered to be one of the most powerful barriers. Interpersonal constraints are associated with social norm, especially when we internalize constraining norms into our personal belief system. For instance, an excessively strong work ethic can lead to negative attitude towards leisure in general. There are gender stereotypes too, related to certain recreation activities. For example, many people still associate dance with women. If some men subscribe to this type of view, they may not even consider participating in dance classes. Many of us are concerned about how good we are at activities, and if we perceive that we do not have enough skills to participate, this can stop us from stepping out of our comfort zone and trying something that might be enjoyable and satisfying. Interpersonal barriers are any social factors between you and people around you that can prevent your leisure participation and enjoyment. One common example is lack of companions. Many recreation activities are done as a pair, group, or team, so not having someone to do the activity with could practically end the possibility of doing it. Such situations may be related to social norms. For example, you might find yourself surrounded by many students who do not have positive attitudes toward exercise. They'd rather spend time with sedentary activities like gaming. Also, they place extremely high value on academic achievements, so that they deem working out on a regular basis as a waste of time. This type of norms or culture within your friend groups, and perhaps in your program of study, can be the reason why you may struggle with finding workout companions. Another example of interpersonal barriers is value conflicts between you and people around you, such as your partner, friends, and family members. Hypothetically, let's say that my wife does not have a positive view of video gaming. And if I spend quite a few hours on playing video games, she may complain that I should be doing something else. We hope that the above examples of intrapersonal and interpersonal barriers convince you that our leisure is influenced and sometimes constrained by norms. Now, what can we do to resist norms that constrain our leisure so that we can maximize positive effects of leisure on our mental health? There are several strategies that research found useful for addressing these barriers. One approach that is particularly effective when you do not feel you have enough skill is skill acquisition. That is, to learn new activity skills. The Campus and Community Recreation at the U of A publishes Recreation Guide each semester, which catalogs dozens of recreation programs that they offer. So look up activities for which you want to learn skills and register. Because some programs can be filled up quickly, we recommend that you register as soon as possible. Of course, outside the university, the City of Edmonton and other private programs offer a variety of opportunities to learn new activity skills. If you have some financial resources. Another key resource for skill acquisition is the internet. For example, I have learned many badminton skills through watching free YouTube videos by professional coaches and world top players. I find that the videos are powerful tools for learning compared with the text because we can see the process, not just the outcome of an activity, whether it is a sport, art, game, or cooking. In terms of interpersonal barriers, research has shown that interpersonal coordination is an effective way to address lack of companions. In a nutshell, we try to find people who share similar leisure interests as ours. For example, let's revisit the example about the challenge related to finding a workout partner. The Campus and Community Recreation at the U of A has a program called Workout Buddies, which helps matching up U of A students with a similar fitness level and goals, and coordinates the first meetup. Also, sometimes it's important to seek recreation opportunities for a specific social group, which can be helpful for navigating around constraining norms. For instance, finding a gender-specific group for an activity you like can help you feel free from gender norms around that activity. Private lessons and classes may also be a great opportunity to learn a new activity without being constrained by other people's judgment. With regards to value conflict between you and people around you, it may be helpful to clarify the boundaries of your leisure pursuits, both in terms of time and space. For example, I may tell my wife that I will only play video games 1 hour per day in my own room after finishing housework responsibilities. It's also sometimes important to advocate for the value of a certain activity to others who do not experience it by themselves. For instance, people who do not play MMORPG or massively multiplayer online role-playing games may just see it as a juvenile activity. However, if we share that there are meaningful friendships and communities being formed through those games, people may change their views of such pursuits. In addition to the above specific strategies of skill acquisition and interpersonal coordination, we will also like to provide some general advice as to how to combat constraining norms around our leisure. First, it's important to do recreation activities. Often, doing an activity helps us correct our assumption about it and foster positive attitudes toward the pursuit. For instance, we may think that not many men dance, but if you join dance programs, you may realize that there are many male dancers, which could challenge the internalized gender norms in your mind. When we do recreation activity, it is also crucial to take a time to reflect on the benefits of our experiences in relation to our health and well-being. Since we are all busy, it is easy to mindlessly go from one activity to another, including recreation activities, without knowing how we feel about activities. Clearly recognizing benefits of leisure based on our own experiences would also strengthen our leisure attitudes. Also, If you realize that engaging in some activities result in you feeling unsatisfied, stressed out, or unhappy, you can use that time to explore other leisure options. Like in mental health, it is helpful for us to surround ourselves with the friends and communities who value leisure. Various student groups and recreation programs on campus would help you find such networks. Make sure to check the website Bears Den to see the list of existing student groups. Finally, it is vital to keep educating ourselves about the importance of leisure in life with the scientific knowledge. We will continue such learning for the rest of this program. But if you feel that you want to learn more, the Faculty of Kinesiology, Sport and Recreation offers various courses related to this topic, including mine. In this video, we learn that our leisure life is also influenced by many social factors. We discussed how such norms can constrain our leisure experiences as forms of intrapersonal and interpersonal barriers. We reviewed skill acquisition and interpersonal coordination, as well as several other general tips as ways to overcome these barriers associated with norms. Before stopping this video, I invite you to pause and reflect. What norms influence your leisure life? Would any of the strategies we discuss be helpful for navigating those norms? What other strategies for navigating constraining norms can you think of? Let us know through eClass discussion forum